into the shadows. A Decade of Valor. Top 10 Most Dangerous U.S. Special Forces Missions. Welcome to Tell Me More Hub, where curiosity meets the stories that define our world. Today, we're stepping into the shadows to uncover the most daring and dangerous missions undertaken by America's elite warriors over the past decade. Imagine being dropped into enemy territory under the cover of night, with nothing but your wits and your team by your side. Or picture yourself navigating the icy expanses near hostile borders, where every breath could be seen and every sound heard could mean compromise. From the dense jungles of South America to the digital front lines of cyber warfare, these missions are not for the faint-hearted. These stories of valor and precision aren't just thrilling, they're real. Each operation we're about to explore tested the limits of human endurance and tactical expertise, taking place under conditions most can barely imagine. You'll feel like you're right there with the teams, experiencing the tension, the danger, and the triumphant moments of these high-stakes missions. If you're fascinated by the world of covert operations and tales of extraordinary bravery, you're in the right place. And if you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Here at Tell Me More Hub, we dive deep into the questions and stories that matter in today's world, bringing you answers and insights you won't find anywhere else. So, are you ready to journey into the heart of danger and discovery? Let's get started. In the last decade, the elite soldiers of the United States Special Forces have undertaken missions that push the boundaries of human endurance, bravery, and precision. These operations, often shrouded in secrecy, demand a blend of stealth, skill, and sheer willpower. The missions we are about to explore showcase the audacity and prowess of these warriors as they navigated through hostile environments, often deep behind enemy lines. Operation Night Hunter, 2015, Northern Syria. Under the cloak of a starless sky, Delta Force operatives parachuted into the heart of ISIS-controlled territory in northern Syria, their mission to capture a notorious ISIS commander responsible for numerous attacks across the region. The air was tense and heavy, thick with the scent of dry desert air mingled with the distant echoes of patrolling enemy combatants. Navigating through a labyrinth of dusty streets and abandoned ruins, the team relied on night vision and their expert knowledge of the terrain to remain undetected. The silence of the operation was palpable, broken only by soft footsteps and the distant bark of a stray dog. With precision timing, the operatives surrounded the compound, neutralizing sentries with silent precision before breaching the building. Inside, they faced a maze of dark hallways and booby traps. Despite these perils, they successfully apprehended their target, exfiltrating with the high-value prisoner under the cover of an orchestrated smokescreen, narrowly evading enemy reinforcements as they made their silent escape. The Jungle Ambush, 2016, Southern Philippines. In the dense, steamy jungles of the southern Philippines, Navy SEALs embarked on a perilous mission to rescue hostages taken by violent extremist militants. The humidity wrapped around them like a wet blanket, soaking their gear as they maneuvered through the undergrowth that seemed to consume every sound, creating an eerie silence. The SEALs communicated with hand signals, aware that any noise could betray their presence. As they neared the militant camp, the silence was shattered by the crack of a snapped twig underfoot. Suddenly, the jungle erupted in gunfire. Bullets whizzed past, slicing through the foliage. The SEALs responded with disciplined return fire, moving fluidly between trees for cover. Utilizing their training in guerrilla warfare, they managed to flank the militants, employing flashbangs to disorient them before swiftly moving in to secure the hostages. The operation was not just a display of raw combat prowess, but also of strategic acumen and profound resilience, exemplified by their ability to adapt quickly to the chaos of ambush. Arctic Stealth, 2018, Russian border. In the frigid expanse near the Russian border, a specialized unit of U.S. Special Forces conducted a high-risk surveillance mission to monitor illegal arms shipments. Dressed in white camouflage suits, they blended into the snowy landscape, becoming nearly invisible against the vast backdrop of ice and snow. The cold was relentless, biting into their skin, threatening frostbite with each exposed inch of flesh. The team moved slowly, avoiding any sudden movements that could cause the snow to betray their positions. Every breath felt like inhaling needles, and the silence was so profound it seemed to amplify even the slightest sound. Their equipment, designed for such extreme conditions, included thermal imaging and satellite communicators, which were essential for relaying information without exposing their position. Over several days, they tracked the smugglers' movements, marking patterns and logging crucial data that would later be vital in intercepting these illegal operations. This mission highlighted not only their physical endurance, but also their ability to conduct complex operations in some of the planet's most unforgiving environments. Desert Falcon, 2019, northwestern Iraq. A joint task force, composed of Green Berets and Kurdish Peshmerga, embarked on a high-stakes night raid to dismantle a sleeper cell in northwestern Iraq. The desert night was a blanket of darkness, only occasionally disturbed by the distant howl of the wind. As a sandstorm approached, offering a natural veil, the team set out towards the target location. Each member was acutely aware of the risks involved. The cell was known for its ruthless efficiency and had booby-trapped the perimeter. Utilizing state-of-the-art night vision and motion detectors, the operatives carefully navigated through the hazards, silently taking down sentries and securing the outer edges of the compound. Inside, they quickly moved from room to room, securing intelligence materials and detaining key members of the cell. Coordination was key, with each team member covering specific sectors, communicating through subtle signals to avoid drawing attention. The raid was meticulously planned and flawlessly executed, demonstrating the lethal efficiency of the task force under pressure. High Seas Standoff, 2020, South China Sea. In the shadowy waters of the South China Sea, an urgent mission unfolded as SEAL Team 6 deployed from a submerged submarine to take back control of a hijacked vessel. The operation was a race against time, with the safety of international hostages at stake. As the team surfaced silently near the hijacked ship, the roar of the ocean was a constant reminder of the precarious nature of their mission. Clad in black wetsuits and armed with cutting-edge tactical gear, they used grappling hooks and ropes to ascend the slippery hull of the vessel under the cover of night. Their movements were precise, each step calculated to maintain the element of surprise. Upon reaching the deck, they split into teams to secure key areas and neutralize the threat posed by the pirates. Utilizing non-lethal tactics, they managed to subdue the hijackers, ensuring the safety of all hostages. The operation was a testament to their exceptional maritime capabilities and commitment to protecting lives, even in the most dangerous of waters. Urban Shadow, 2021, Eastern Ukraine. In the war-torn urban environment of eastern Ukraine, a team of U.S. Special Forces was deployed for a covert surveillance mission to track down the flow of weapons to rogue militias. The city, a patchwork of devastated buildings and wary civilians, provided a complex backdrop for the operation. The soldiers, dressed as civilians, moved through the cityscape with a low profile, avoiding any behavior that could draw attention. During the day, they used cafes and public transportation as cover, turning their covert surveillance equipment on and off to avoid detection. At night, they moved through shadows, utilizing abandoned buildings and dark alleys to observe meetings and transactions. Their presence had to be invisible, their movements ghost-like. Throughout the mission, they successfully gathered detailed intelligence on the militia's logistics and command structures, crucial for NATO forces' strategic planning. This mission underscored their versatility and the high risk associated with operating deep within enemy-controlled urban areas. After the chaotic withdrawal of United States troops from Afghanistan, intelligence indicated that critical data was left at a remote outpost in the Hindu Kush Mountains. A select group of Army Rangers was tasked with retrieving this sensitive information before it could fall into the hands of the Taliban. Under the cover of darkness, the team helicoptered near the site, then trekked several miles up the steep, rocky terrain, loaded with gear and facing the constant threat of enemy patrols. The cold mountain air was thin, making each breath a challenge as they climbed higher into the mountains. Using night vision goggles, they navigated the rugged landscape, dodging loose stones and hidden crevices. Upon reaching the outpost, they quickly secured the area, searching through files and computers for the intelligence. As dawn approached, they faced the most perilous part of the mission: extraction. With Taliban forces moving closer, the Rangers had to use a combination of stealth and speed to return to the extraction point, where helicopters whisked them away just as enemy forces arrived. This high-altitude operation showcased their exceptional mountaineering skills and mental fortitude under extreme pressure. Deep within the dense, treacherous jungles of Colombia, a combined force of U.S. Special Forces and Colombian troops embarked on a risky mission to dismantle a drug cartel that had taken several international workers hostage. The environment was unforgiving. Thick foliage limited visibility to a few feet, and the air buzzed with the sound of insects and distant animal calls. The team had to be constantly vigilant of venomous snakes and other lethal creatures. As they approached the cartel's heavily fortified camp, they were met with a sudden ambush. Gunfire erupted from all directions, with bullets ricocheting off tree trunks and leaves. The special forces responded with disciplined fire, using the dense jungle as cover. They employed advanced tactical maneuvers to outflank the cartel gunmen, gradually pushing them back. Amidst the chaos, team members managed to locate and secure the hostages, using their bodies as shields while navigating back to the extraction point. The operation not only saved lives, but also dealt a significant blow to the cartel's operations in the region. In the stark, icy wilderness near Alaska, a covert team of special forces was deployed to monitor suspected illegal drilling activities by foreign entities in newly disputed territories. The isolation was extreme, with only the occasional passing of a distant airplane breaking the silence of the frozen desert. The team set up a hidden base of operations, using camouflage to blend their tents and equipment with the icy environment. Each day, they ventured out on skis and snowshoes to reconnoiter the area, documenting any signs of unauthorized activities. The physical demands were intense, with the risk of frostbite and hypothermia ever present. At one point, a sudden snowstorm forced the team to hunker down, illustrating the unpredictable nature of Arctic operations. Their findings, meticulously recorded and photographed, were later used to inform international negotiations, showcasing the strategic importance of such reconnaissance missions in protecting national interests. In a groundbreaking mission that marks the evolution of warfare, operators from the U.S. Cyber Command engaged in a virtual raid against a sophisticated network of cyber terrorists. From a nondescript building fortified against electronic surveillance, these digital warriors launched their operation. The room was dimly lit, filled with the glow of multiple screens displaying lines of code and real-time data on network security breaches. The operators, clad in standard military garb, worked feverishly to infiltrate servers located across multiple continents, using a combination of hacking techniques and cybersecurity measures. The stakes were high. A successful attack by the terrorists could cripple critical infrastructure and cause chaos. Throughout the operation, the team managed to take down several key servers, disrupting the terrorists' communications and preventing a major cyber attack. This mission highlighted the critical role of cyber warfare specialists in national defense, showcasing their skills in a battleground that is largely invisible, but no less dangerous. The last decade has redefined the scope and nature of warfare, with U.S. Special Forces at the forefront of this evolution. These missions, ranging from high-risk physical infiltrations to cutting-edge cyber operations, demonstrate not only the bravery and skill of these elite operatives, but also their crucial role in maintaining global stability and security. Their deeds, often unseen and unsung, continue to inspire a sense of safety and pride among citizens, knowing that such guardians are ever vigilant in protecting their freedoms. As we conclude our journey through a decade of the most perilous and pivotal missions undertaken by the U.S. Special Forces, it's crucial to remember the reality behind these incredible stories. The men and women of these elite teams risk everything, venturing into the unknown and often hostile territories, not for glory, but to protect and preserve the safety of each one of us. These missions, filled with danger and daring, remind us of the bravery and resilience that run deep within those who serve in silence. Here at Tell Me More Hub, we're committed to bringing you content that matters, content that resonates with the realities of our world today. If you found today's video enlightening and want to explore more topics that really matter, don't forget to subscribe to Tell Me More Hub. Give this video a like, share it with friends, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. We value your thoughts and invite you to leave a comment below with your personal reflections on today's topic. Your engagement helps us grow and continue to bring you in-depth analysis and captivating stories from around the globe. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep seeking the truth and staying curious.